Day 4 of the 100-Day Project is a pocket for the inside of my Ideas Junk Journal. This pocket was inspired by Margaret over at Seven Plaza. I will link her version of the pocket below, but if you're interested in learning how to make this, stay tuned for a step-by-step tutorial on my take of Margaret's pocket. Hi, it's time for some coffee, crafting, and cats with the Ginger Cat Lady. I'm Pam, and Harley once again is over there asleep. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get to today's project. On my table is my journal that we worked on yesterday. I love, love, love my little gold sparklies here. I think maybe I had a little bit of overkill, but live and learn. And then yesterday we also worked on adding the signatures to the journal. So today we are going to do the first creative part on the inside of the journal. And so my plan is to create a pocket to go on the inside cover for a spot, so that, you know, the Ex Libris spot, and then some tags and that kind of thing. I have some papers here from a couple different scrap pads from the Paper Studio, I believe it's called. Let me look here really quick. I know I've got one of them sitting here on the table. Yes, the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. They're from a bunch of different pads, so I will link the different pads that they came from in the description. In addition to the papers and the coffee. So good. I have my labels from yesterday. I have some book page, some more of my doily, a scrap from one of the journal pages from yesterday. I also have my numbers, so the tags that I cut out yesterday, some flowers I didn't use from yesterday, and then some more flowers that we could possibly use. And then I have also pulled out a bunch of different stamps. These stamps are all from Temu. When I first started this, I went stamp crazy and bought just a ton of stamps from Temu. So, all right, so there's those. The other supplies that we will need are, of course, glue and scissors. I have my tea-dye distress ink and my dauber. I'm thinking I might maybe put some gold somewhere on there. Maybe splatter in the book again. I don't know. But so I've got my glue and my little dish and my paintbrush, stapler in case I need it. I've got the ribbon I used yesterday and some lace. And then I have a prototype that I've just created from a piece of cardstock, same cardstock that was my piece that I used yesterday for my template. So I have that if needed, and a pen just in case. All right, let me get all of this stuff cleared off the table, and and my paper trimmer. All right, let me get everything, ooh, sorry about that. Let me get everything cleared off the table, and we will get this party started. Let me show you the papers that I have chosen to possibly use in this journal. I've got this first one that I really love, and the colors are perfect for the journal. Possibly for making the pocket. It is not double-sided, but it does have the craft color paper on the back, so that might be a good one. I've got this one that I really like, and this lace one that I really like. And then this one has kind of the yellows that were in the flowers. Excuse me. And then I figured I could possibly cut a butterfly from this one and maybe a postage stamp from this one. So these two will just be decorations. So they're going to go off to the side for now. I think I'm going to hold off on this one and save that one for another day. I'm kind of leaning towards these two. And what I'm thinking is that I can glue them back to back so that when I create the pocket and it folds, we would have something like that. So probably this way, since we've got text on this one. And then we could have something like that. Maybe move the lace that way. Let's see. So, and it would fold up like that. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's set this one off to the side. And I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. Alright, unfortunately, well actually no, I can prevent the glare by pulling that out from underneath. There we go. I'm trying to prevent that glare. I need to get a backdrop for the table. I do have some like wallpaper pieces that I had gotten at Dollar Tree a while back. Actually, probably about 2 years ago or so. I covered my desktop at school with it. I had my own personal IKEA desk there, and a substitute had used a marker, a black marker, when they were doing a directed draw on the table, or not on the table, but on a piece of paper on the table, and the black Sharpie bled. And so I had covered, it was a white desktop, so I had covered that with those papers. So I think by using those and getting a big piece of poster board, that I can kind of make my space look a little bit better. I like my black desktop, but it's not conducive to filming. So, all right, so let's cut this down. Now, the idea for this specific pocket came from Margaret at Seven Plaza. She used a plain cardstock and then decorated with a lot of really cool vintage advertisements that is fantastic. And I love her style, but for this journal and for kind of what I have in mind, I'm going to stick with more scrapbooky paper and some of my book pages and other little scraps and stuff that I have. So the page needs to be a rectangle, and I like the height of this on the page, but it's a little bit too skinny, and this is an 8.5 by 11 that I folded. So I'm thinking maybe if I do like 9 by 12 instead of 8.5 by 11, that might make it just a tiny bit bigger and take up a little bit of the more of the back of the cover. So I'm going to stand up so I can get this cut the right way. I'm also going to be very brave and do both of them at the same time. But I want to turn it over. Let's see. So I decided that when I did it, yeah, okay. So I need to cut this at 9. Let's move the coffee out of the way here. Sorry for the arm reach. All right. I'm going to cut this down to 9. And then we're going to leave it at 12 going across this way. Okay. Yay for scraps. All right, so there's that. Hang on a second before I blind you. Let me grab my mat. Okay. Love the sound effects, huh? That's what happens when you're a kindergarten teacher. You do all kinds of strange stuff, and it doesn't go away right away. Okay. So this is going to go on the front. This is going to go on the back. I'm going to grab my stinky glue stick. That works really well. Don't know why it's so stinky, though. I can never figure out either. This really confuses me because, see, a glue stick that we use in school, this is how the glue stick sits. You pull the top off, right? And you twist from the bottom, right? No, this one pulls from the bottom and twists from the top. So, I always have to try a couple times before I actually get it right. Okay, so I am going to smear glue on the back of this and hopefully do it fast enough that it doesn't dry up on me. Okay, and then what I think I'll do afterwards is I will, after I've stuck it down, I will go around the edges and use my Barely Arts to make sure that it sticks together completely. Okay, so this, I'm gonna pull my sleeves up here. This goes on here. Oops. Okay, well that's stuck down, so hopefully we got it. No, we did not. Please don't tear. You don't know how good this glue is. Oh, good. Fantastic. Comes off without destroying. Yay. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. That can go there, and then we will just smooth all this down. Let me grab my brayer. That is the one thing I did not grab. And I will try to do it quietly. This little supply box that I have my stuff in is not the most quiet thing ever. All right. There's that. Oops. Losing the glue. Okay. Let's see if we can get that stuck down really good because we're going to be folding it and I don't want anything lifting and moving on me. Okay, how did my edges do? Yeah, see? All right, let's go through really quick and put some... Oh, Skella, get down. Go on, girlie. I know, thank you. Sorry, the other cat, Skella, that you don't hear much about because she likes my husband more than me, was sitting in my chair when I went to sit. So I had to kick her out. Alright, let's see. Where was it that... Well, we'll just lift a little bit and just go all the way around the corner. Or all the way around. Just so those edges stay nice and glued, because the Barely Art is not going to lift like the glue does. Or the glue stick does. And as long as we have it glued down good on the edge, then we should be good to go. Whoops. That just came right out the side. Are we sticking? Yes, we are. Okay. I love how fast this stuff dries. I know most people use art glitter glue. I have never tried that one. I had Barely Art glue before I started junk journaling. I used it for some Christmas ornaments that I made several years ago, paper Christmas ornaments, and I fell in love with it then because of the fine tip, and have just always used it since then. Yeah, so it is my go-to glue. I'm not a fan of glue stick, only because, hey, why aren't you doing your job? There we go. Only because the glue stick that I'm familiar with, that we used in school, never ever stuck for very long. Things would always come up, and it was not uncommon to have art projects pieces of the art projects falling off the wall because the kids could not glue. Well, they didn't glue very well in the first place. So we have this done. All right, so our first step is that we are going to fold up the bottom, and there's my text going that way. I think first, though, I need to trim my edges because I do see some white over here. So let me go through really quickly. Well, as quickly as I can cut, which is not very quickly because I am a veteran perfectionist. I have had many, many years of practice, learned it from my dad, and sometimes it is disabling. All right, so I've got that. Let's see, do we have any? A little bit on this end down here. Okay. So I've been amazed, and I know this may not sound like much and kind of silly, but in the just in the two previous videos that I had posted, because I just posted day 3's today, I've already gotten 23 followers, and that to me just blows my mind that there are 23 people out there that want to watch my videos. I know some of you have like thousands and thousands of people following your videos and stuff, but for somebody that's new at this and doesn't really know what they're doing, I mean, I do, but I don't, it just is really, really cool to me. Okay, so when I made the prototype, I folded the bottom up about 2 inches, and I don't like how much space is right here, so I want to fold that up a little bit more. Margaret did not measure. Margaret doesn't like to measure. Margaret's okay with not measuring. Pam, however, again, perfectionist, needs to measure. So, I want to go up, let's see, if we go up 3 inches, oops, my minute moves on me. Okay, let's go up 3 inches and see what that looks like. Make sure it's right about there. 2.5. Let's do 2.5. I think 3 is a little bit intense. Okay, 2.5. All right. So the first thing you do is fold the bottom up 2.5 inches. Okay. Let me find my bone. Oh, put my bone folder away. Well, technically put my bone folder away, but I did not. It's just in another spot. Okay. So we've got that folded at 2.5 inches up. And then again, remember that I had originally cut 9 inches and this is 12. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over. And what I need to do here is fold it into thirds like a trifold. Okay, so this I will guess. I'm just going to fold it over. Whoop, I think that's a little bit too far. I feel my paper's puckering under there and that's bugging me, but it'll be okay. It'll all be good, right? Right. Okay, so that's going to fold there. I'm going to give that a crease. I know that when Margaret did hers, she suggested that you use a thicker paper. Not like a really, really heavy cardstock, but not just copy paper. This was just regular thin scrapbook paper, not the cardstock kind of scrapbook paper, so the double layer will also help a little bit with that. All right, and then this one is going to go over. It does not need to meet all the way. I want to make sure that, yes, okay, we're good. Okay. And It helps if you fold it straight. Oh. Well, apparently I didn't fold straight somewhere. It's fine. It's all fine because you won't be able to notice that at the top anyway because we're not done folding. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Okay, now, let's see. Do I want it that way or do we want to do it that way? Let's do it that way. Okay, so now this corner is going to come down and we're going to fold it. It doesn't have to go right all the way around along the edge. And we're going to fold it down evenly right here. And it's fine that we've got space there. We don't want it covering this pocket down here, and you'll see why in a little bit. Well, we don't want it covering it because it's a pocket. It needs to be seen, right? Okay, so there's that one. So that one goes this way, and then we're going to open this up, and then this one is going to come down the other direction. And that's going to fold to there. You know what I just realized? I just realized that we have like very little of that other little piece of paper that's showing, but that's fine. You will see it when you open this part up. And we can use some scraps of it for, we're going to make some little pockets to go in here, and we can use the scraps from that to make our little pockets. So there is our pocket. And then all I did was I went ahead and glued right here on that edge and then here on this edge to close those pockets up. And then I inked all around the edges. So lucky you did not have to watch me inking the papers. Let me know in the comments if you like seeing inking being done, or if you would prefer that it's done off camera and then I come back. I can ink and talk. I mean, yeah. So let me know what you think. Okay, so while I was trying to figure out what was going on with the camera, I also had to think. And I decided that for the inside, what I want to do is, I think I'm going to make a bigger pocket, maybe with the book page. That part I did not think about because I wanted to use this. And big isn't going to happen because that's all I have. But there's nothing saying that I could use another piece of paper, but I don't really want to do that. I know. What if I did? I got it. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to do that. And we will make a 2-tier pocket, 2-layer pocket, something like that. I'm not really quite sure what it's called, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we'll do that. And then for these, I think what I'll do is just make a little tuck. And my thought is to take the paper and just, you know, cut a square and then slant it so that there's a side tuck here and a side tuck over here. Yeah? You think? Does it sound good? Okay. I think, though, what I want to do is I don't really want, I mean, I like the grungy look, but I want to see more of this part. So I'm going to grab my trimmer and cut this top part off. And then, of course, save it because it can be used for other stuff. So let me put that off to the side and grab the paper cutter again. Let's see if we can do this with the mat underneath it. I think we can. Of course we can. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Don't want to cut too much because I still need enough paper there for it to layer, and it's okay if there's a little grunge showing. So let's try that right there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Nope. All right, well, apparently I need to figure out how to use my paper cutter the right way. I've never done that before. All right, we can save this because we might be able to use it later in the journal. And then let's see, before I put this away, let's figure out, we don't want it to go all the way to the edge because we still need it to be able to close. So I want it to go about there and about there. Yeah, that works. Okay. And again, I'm going to cut these together. So I only have to do it once. Come on, brain, figure it out. Okay, we'll go that. No. Yeah, we'll go that way. Okay. All right, I'm going to move my paper cutter over a little bit. Can you guys, yeah, you guys can still see. Okay, let's line that up. I want that pink to be on the other side. Perfect. Okay. So that will be our pocket in here. Yes, I love that idea, but I think I need to pull this up a little bit further, and then of course once we ink the edges, that'll pop a little bit more. Maybe even up a little bit more. There we go, that way we can see more of the pattern. Okay, so that'll be like that, and then let's use some more of this. And that's the perfect height. So I'll figure out how wide that is and make a square so we can just do a little. Do I want a square? I don't want it to go all the way over. Yeah, we'll just do a square. Okay. Sorry, said I was going to do my thinking off camera, but sometimes, you know, sometimes you just got to do it. So let's see. I like that it has centimeters down here, but then it's hard for me to convert that. So, all right, so this is 2 1/4. So I want to cut it at 2 1/4 then. Okay. I love this thing because it's good for, you got a good grip to hold on to it, but it's really hard to get the paper through sometimes. All right, 2 1/4. Yeah. And then we'll do another one at 2 1/4 because I mean, technically I could use, oops, that's 2 1/2. Technically I could use the other part of this, but I don't want the writing to be upside down. So we're just going to cut another one at 2 1/4. All right. Is that all I need the paper cutter for now? I believe so. Oh, I really like this piece though. That's okay. I'll just cut another 2 1/4 because I want to use that piece. Yes. All right. 2 1/4. There we go. Yes. Okay. I really like that piece. And then let's use this one. Okay. Scraps up there. Scraps up there. All right. Oh goodness. The black cat has taken over my chair again. Let's see if I can get into the chair without her getting mad at me. Okay. All right, so let's get the paper cutter out of the way. Just don't fall. If you hear a big crash boom, that's because the paper cutter bit it. It's leaning up against the side of the desk. We'll see how well it does. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this in half into a triangle and crease it so I have a line to cut on. Yeah, I'll go like that. Okay. And there for a second I was like, wait a minute, how is that gonna work? All right. Oh, but you know what? That takes away the pretty is right in the middle. Could that one just be... Could we just make it a tuck like that? Which way is that supposed to go? Where's the writing? There's the writing. Yeah? I can't tell which way is upside down. Okay, I think it goes this way. So could we just do that one like that? I don't know. All right, well, I will think on that one. Too much thinking on this project. Okay. Actually, it's not near as bad as the thinking that was overthunk on the on the cover, the journal topper for my cover, because yeah, if you haven't seen that one, go check out D2. It was a crazy one. All right, so I'm gonna just cut this down that line. Which piece do I like better? One of these is, oh, so it's either going to go sideways or the right way. Sideways I can live with, upside down I can't live with. Okay. I'm thinking that should have been longer. Okay, we are going to scrap that idea and stick with, so far we're going to stick with this middle one. So let me ink these up really quick and I will glue those down. Okay, I'm only going to ink the edges here and the top because the bottom part of this one will be under the other one. Okay, there's that. So I got lucky because I decided that I was going to use a bunch of the scrapbook papers that I had bought. Went to Hobby Lobby one day and they were having a 40% off sale. So it was before I retired. I figured let's spend some money when I can afford it, because we'll see how we can do when once we're retired. So I mean, we'll be all right, but I just can't go up and spend a ton of money on scraps or on paper and stuff. So anyway, I bought a bunch of papers and I thought for this project, instead of going on to Etsy and trying to find, trying to find paper that would work with this, I thought, you know what, I'll just look at the paper pads that I have, and I got really lucky and found a lot of paper that matched the colors closely enough that, I mean, granted, you're not going to see the outside of the cover from the inside of the book, but I kind of want all the colors to be about the same, so yeah. Okay, so That one is going to go there, and we will center it. And then this one, and the way I like to do these is I like to figure out where I want this back piece to be. I need to figure out how high up I want that. And then once I've got that, I turn it over. And I put my glue on this part right here. And glue that piece down. And then we'll come over here and do the same on this side. Not used to gluing up in the air. Usually I have it closer to me, but I can't. If I have it closer to me, you can't see. And if I glue on the table, then I can't see. All right, is that straight-ish? There we go. That looks straight now. Yeah, that's straight now. Okay. And then what I do is just turn the whole thing over and glue down both sides. And helps if you don't get glue on the part that you're trying to glue. Let's move that. But not the part you're trying to glue, but the part you're trying to cover, which means that I would end up losing part of my pocket. Not smart, Missy. Okay. All right, so got glue there. And we're just going to take this and center it. Give it a little bit of a border on the bottom since we got some border on the sides there. See if we can get it straight. There we go. Okay, so now we got a double pocket there. Okay, what do we want to do down here? Should I just make a pocket that goes across the same height? All right, let me go have a think and I will be right back. I played around a little bit and I think I figured it out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two, let me move the copy away from the edge of the table here. I think I'm going to make two big journaling spots on the sides. I was just going to try and bring her back to health and then put her up for adoption somewhere or something. But then we kind of got attached to her. So my stepdaughter, once we got her teeth pulled, and they pulled almost all of, well, pretty much all of her teeth. She only has her canines on the top and bottom, and then the teeth between those canines, and no other teeth because they were just all so rotted. But my stepdaughter, once we got her back to health, and she became chunky because now she's a chunky monkey. She's like, you can't call her Skelly anymore, so we changed it to Skella because she was so used to the Skell part of it that to me was the easiest way to change it. So, all right, I'm going to flip this over, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull it. Hang on a second. All right, so I think if I pull it out here to this edge, that gives us a little bit, because I do want it to have that border. But if I pull it all the way out, that's double the edge. And then what I will do is fold this over this way. This is not the way I did it before. It was much harder. But I just all of a sudden had this bright idea. Okay, so, and we will know if that works by sticking it over here. I don't want it right on the fold. Where's that fold? Oh, we've got a little bit more room because the inking is not right on the, so I can cover up that inking right there. And that gives us that. Unfortunately, it sticks out, or we've got a little bit of space right there, but that's okay. Maybe we can put, you know, a piece of washi tape here or decorate it, or yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So then that will open up and there'll be that whole space for journaling or photos or something like that. Okay, let me find my scissors and we will cut this extra part off over here. And then we will do the same thing on this side to use over on that side. I cannot cut straight to save my life, but if I have an edge, I'm much better at it. Okay, let's see. How's that? That is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, put that off to the side. We will ink it up and then glue it down over here. All right. Let's put this one on the edge like we did with the other one. Fold it back over. Fold that over along that edge. Yeah, the way I did it earlier did not work as nice. Oh, why is that not folding? What's the dealio? I cut that one smaller? No, it's the same size. It's the same size. This is just a bigger pocket or bigger panel. Okay. But I think that'll be okay. Let me look. Let me look at it. No. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? Scratch that. I'm going to bring it over here and then I'll just flip the thing back the other way because I'm not going to get it to match this side with that being wider. Well, I might be able to, but I'm not going to expend the brain power on it. All right, so let's fold this over this way again. And we're going to crease that one really good. And then we will just take and fold that back on itself. We want this one right here. Okay. We'll just fold it back on itself so that it has, there we go. All right, let's see if that works. Sorry, I need to turn it sideways so that I can see it too. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go cut this little part off right here, ink the edges, and be right back. My edges inked. I inked around here and then inked just the fold and the sides here, and the same thing on that one. So because this is just going in my book of ideas, I am going to use glue stick. But if it was something I was putting in a journal for a customer, I wouldn't use the glue stick just because I don't want it falling off on them. I would rather use my Barely Art glue and smear it out, or maybe a little bit stronger glue that's watered down or something that, you know, well, not watered down because then it makes it too wet. But yeah, something more like my Barely Arts or something like that that would work better, would work to make sure it stayed on there longer, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's fold this flap down because I think the best point to line it up with to get it where I want it is to do it along this edge. If I've got it good there, And it's gonna, whoops, nope, that's a lie. Sorry about that. Come off of there. All right, let's try it again. Put it up here higher. All right, there we go. Okay, that's better. All right, so that goes there. And let's see what I do with my little brayer. It's right here. Oops, that was a rookie move there. Okay, let's see if we fold this down here. Is that still going to close? Okay, yes it is, and it doesn't affect it any. Okay, let's see, we're peeling up right here, so let's stick a little more glue. It's probably because of me peeling it off. And same thing over here. And if I have to, I can go back around the edges with my Barely Arts. Okay, so there's that one. All right, and then we will do the same thing on this one. I'm so excited about being able to go back to Sydney again so soon. I can't wait. But I'm going to have to do some serious planning so I can keep up on my 100-day projects. And I'll have plenty of time to do them because Josh and Michelle, my stepdaughter and her husband, will both be working still, and the boys will be going to daycare. Or, well, it's not daycare, it's their after school programs there. They have programs still during the, oops, okay, that one's over too far. They have programs that they do during the school holidays still, and they do some incredible stuff. And we were there over our summertime, which is actually their winter time. So Ezra, the youngest, or the oldest, I'm sorry, was still in school. And he had his school holiday for part of the time that we were there. We try to go when he is on school holiday, at least for part of it, because then that allows us to be able to go on a trip somewhere in Australia with them so that, you know, we have more time with the whole family. Anyway, the program that he attended it was so cool. They had all these games that they would play and stuff, but then they also had like PE activities, and he got to learn how to he made some cookies and just all kinds of really fun, cool stuff that he wouldn't get to do if he was just like at school, you know. But he was at two different programs. One of the programs was at a place that was right down the street from them that was run by the police association. And it had the weekend, or it had the, you know, during the school holiday care. But then, so he did that a couple days during the time that we were there. And then he also did the after school program one at his school, and that one they had a field trip that they went on, and just, yeah, lots of really fun, cool stuff. So okay, so here's where we're at right now. We've got our flap there and a pocket, and then we open it up and we've got a journaling space. We've got a flap here and a pocket, and we open it up and we've got a journaling space. And then we've got some stacked pockets right there. And I think that is where we're going to stop for today. And then tomorrow we will decorate the pocket and make some tags to put inside the pocket. And then we will glue it to the inside of our page. Oh my goodness, I love it. That looks so cool. So cool. Alrighty. I want to thank you again for watching my video and supporting me. Last night when I did my video, I had 14 followers, and just about an hour ago, I had 23 or 24 followers. That's just incredible to me. So thank you so much for supporting me and watching my videos and liking them and commenting and subscribing. And sharing. It means the world to me. My heart is just overflowing right now. So I just realized that we didn't have any drop-in visits from Hartley this evening. Little guy must be out. He was playing hard earlier. So, all right. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.